Welcome back to another episode of Blam Blam Truckers. This is Bees going solo here, and I'm going to be showing you how I play through, or my playthroughs of Endless Sky, which is a video game that's not very popular, so I'm not sure why I'm doing this exactly, but well, it's kind of testing it out. And who knows, a couple thousand of you who play Endless Sky, maybe you'll start watching my videos. So, here's what you need to know. This is my current run through while I am Captain Jack Sparrow. Yes, Captain Jack Sparrow. If it helps at all, I actually created this playthrough when I was in the hospital, and hence the name. If you look up here in the corner, you'll see that I'm at 155 billion credits. That's 155 billion credits. I'm back on the starting planet of New Boston in the Reticulus system. It's just ridiculous. So you go to the spaceport, there's no missions for me. You go to the job board. I got jobs all over the place. As you can see, I have opened up almost the entire galaxy. Everything but one planet over here, which you got to do a quest series for. And I can't finish that silly quest series to open up the Emerald Sword. Um, yeah, I've started it, and I'm not getting any bites or offers for it. So hopefully in my next playthrough, it'll go. I'm at the point in the coalition campaign where I'm waiting for them to get back to me because we are going to overthrow the Heliarchs. And a bug landed on me. So, we're going to overthrow the Heliarchs. Um, yeah, don't know if that storyline's complete yet. Not getting anything. I've been spending the last couple of days running around in coalition space. Nothing. Spent a day running around. Well, a couple hours anyway. Running around in the dirt belt here, and nothing. So I've finished the Wanderer storyline, as you can tell from up here. Unlocked the Pug Space. Um, I've got so this is the unfettered territory. If I go over to here to ports. Hey, it worked the second time. Um, you click on this and hostile, high, unfettered. So we've got the unfettered are now in Wanderer space, which is the, I know I probably should have said spoilers coming through, but I already told you I've completed everything I could. So if we come over here, we zoom in a little more so you can actually see the worlds. Um, the world the system Skrutu, Kaliptari. Wow, I didn't expect these names to be so hard to say. Solifar. These are all Wanderer worlds. This down here is Core Efret, and they're working together. I don't find any. Again, I spent hours running between missions, just back and forth between these, and yeah, didn't find any new stuff. I finished freeing the automations here. Um, yeah, the core automations. So these planets are now friendly, and they're core Moretti, and friendly, Moretti, friendly, Moretti. I have opened up this space here with the, what are these people called? The Rodea, not Rodeo, Bun Rodea, though I do tend to call them the Rodeo. There's only a couple of planets they'll actually let me land on. I don't think there's any more to the storyline than that yet. If there is, I haven't found it. I've been running around doing missions there. And then we unlocked the Gregno, both the Gregno V and the Gregno Sin, and I can't get them to let me land at all. But I can land up here in the Quarg territory. Lots of Quarg all around the galaxy here. But there's no outfitters here, so if I capture one of their ships, I can't throw a jump drive on it even if I bring a jump drive with me, because there's no outfitter in this area for me to use. So, and that's annoying. There is outfitters over here if I wanted to go, you know, crazy Broadway style and capture some Arachni ships, or I'm sorry, Bun Rodeo ships, Rodea ships. Um, the Moretti, the automations are back with the core over here. By the way, the addition of this planet here, New Tortuga, yeah, that did not inspire the Jack Sparrow name, I swear. But it did fit pretty well. Over here in MISM, the whole system of MISM makes it a whole lot easier to get jump drives because you just sit here and wait for the core karate or whatever they're called here. What are they called? Korath. You wait for the Korath to jump in to this system and attack you, and then you take them out, and then you accumulate jump drives that way. Down here, I've got the Wanderer faction, not the Wanderer, the Remnant faction. This is unlocked. I've got, if we go over to the shipyards, you'll see doobie doobie doo, heavy warship. I've got everything unlocked, albatrosses, one of my favorites, the Hurricane. I did the Kestrel storyline. Yeah, everything I can buy. So Kestrels are available here and here. And Albatri are available in these 3 planets. And the Wanderer Hurricane, where is it? Hurricane is available here and here. And that's it. Yeah, so I haven't done a playthrough of the new version yet. This started last summer while I was in the hospital. I even have this world here opened up, which is not a world. It is a space station from the ancient whatever, the builders, I think. The Silvida is the name of it, and Post Verta. So I can go there. I don't know why I said that with a Hispanic accent, but there you go. I can go there, but there's not much to do, sadly. Did all this Wanderer storylines I could finish. I'm pretty much waiting for the next update here, but I thought you guys might enjoy watching me do a brand new run through. So that is what we are going to do. So I'm on my home world of New Boston in the ridiculous reticulous system, and I'm basically done with this run. If you want to see my fleet, and it is a fleet, I have 700 deep rivers, I have 700 Bactrians, I have 20 of these Sulaf. I'll show you. We'll go over here. So I click on the Bactrian, and you can't see it there. So I gotta go. Just watch me scroll. Watch me scroll. So I have, that's 700 Bactrians. That's 2,000 boxwings. 2,000 boxwings. These are fighters. If I take them out of their, if I actually deploy them, it's a pain to get them back in because I gave them the worst thrusters in the game from the Coalition, the cheapest, not the cheapest, but the smallest thrusters in the game from the Coalition. And they have a hard time getting back on my ships, especially when they're weighted down and their flight is awful. I have 1 carrier, which I had more, and I sold them. I don't know. I know what I was thinking at the time. I'm like, my computer, because I started this on my laptop, and 700 ships was the most I could use before I started bogging my laptop system down. I'm on my desktop right now. I can handle a lot more. So I only took 700 Bactrians, and I'm done. And 701 with my ship. So I got rid of all the rest of my stuff because I'm like, I'm not going to use it because I was in the hospital and I'm playing on my laptop. And now I'm like, oh, I really don't want to ruin my faction with the humans by capturing more carriers, but I could. And these are deep rivers. I have 700 deep rivers. My game is starting to bog down at 1,400 ships. Well, 1,400 plus. I have 2 of these things, and I don't even remember what they're called, but they're from the core faction there. Again, I had more, but it was bogging me down, and while they are free to run because they don't have there's no maintenance costs in this game, which is nice. Little fictional, but nice. They don't have any crew, so because I don't have to pay the crew, all the automation ships are free to run. But my ship, again, my laptop bogs down at 700 ships. So why would I keep running more ships than that? I got rid of all of the ones I had, which wasn't that many. You do have to capture all of these that you want. I have 1 Coalition Spire. I picked it up to see if I would end up using it to do capturing work with the core, and it actually did let me capture some core ships, which I would eventually sell because, again, 700 ship limit. I have a couple of Remnant ships that you get playing through the Remnant storyline that since the ships are technically alive, I didn't have the heart to sell them. And then I love these things. These are the Solifuge. They are the High and Freddy's additional warship that you unlock later in the game. You have to get them by capturing them. I captured 10, and I thought that was good. And then I'm like, you know what? I want 20. The reason why I like them is because they have 828 outfit space and decent hull and decent shields. Yeah. Well, I upgraded all that stuff. Um, but I've still got 23 outfit space open for these guys, and they are packing ridiculous amounts of everything. They also have count them, 7 turret mounts, and I love turrets. So, yeah, and 6 fighter bays. These things are beasts. I have 2 Wanderer anti-missiles on all of them, 2 shield disruptor turrets, and 3 husk slice turrets. These are all from the core automation. I have 1 core systems core medium because it's not as efficient. It's not as good as one systems core, one medium systems core will give you a decent amount of everything. I'll show you. We'll go over and I'll show you to the outfitter shop. It's nice, and it's better that it's easier on systems because I remember I'm thinking about this as a Bactrian. What can I fit on my Bactrian to get everything I want? So if you go and you get the Coalition repair main repair thing, that's the best repair for the amount of space, the large one, the amount of outfit space that you take up. It is the most efficient. You get the most repair per outfit space, which is a calculation you're going to be doing quite a bit of while you're playing the game. But it turns out I'd rather have more outfit space for other things. I've got a jump drive, 1 core fuel processor, which again is a core fuel processor does a couple of different things. One, it gives you 200 more fuel, and it acts as a ram scoop. And it's a decent ram scoop. It's better than the human ram scoops, but it's not the best ram scoop in the game. That's a Wanderer ram scoop. But, however, a Wanderer ram scoop takes up 7 outfit space. 1 fuel processor takes up 14 processor space, but it's the most efficient way to get additional fuel for your jumps, for your jump drive. So but the efficiency of having it all together, it lets me do everything I want to do, not as well as I'd like to do it, but I don't have like these ships. I could probably not with the Bactrian, but with the what did I call these things? What do they name these things? The Solifuge. With the Solifuge, I could probably just break it down into the best of everything, but I don't because I'm used to doing it with the Bactrian. 1 cooling module from the Coalition. They have the best cooling systems in the game. 3 Darkstorm shieldings. I can only fit 2 on my Bactrians. And Darkstorm shieldings are some of the best shields in the game. Both efficiency-wise and power consumption-wise, and they add on, the amount of shields they allow is fantastic. The only better shield system comes from the Bon Rodeo people. I'm sorry, Rodea. And even then, it's not as you're getting more bang for your buck, but it's not a big difference, and their systems consume a lot of power. I don't know. I like this. And a White Sun reactor from, again, the Wanderers. Now, the other ship that I took 20 of just to have, because they're incredible, is the Hurricane, which I told you is one of my favorite ships. Again, only 98 tons cargo space. There's a reason why that's not my main fleet. I get 530 cargo space on a Bactrian, and on a Solifuge I get how much cargo space? 142 cargo space. And I make most of my money. I've got 155 billion credits. I make most of my money on cargo runs. Oh, I can sell one of these. This is just a little fighter from the core that I pick up whenever I'm hunting core for jump drives. So I'll sell that guy. for 683,000 credits, which isn't bad. So let's take a look at what these guys are built up with. Actually, let's go over to the outfitter screen. So leave here, we'll go to the outfitter. So this is my main ship, and you will see I have 2 husk slice turrets, which do an incredible amount of hull damage, but not a lot of shield damage. I have 2 shield disruptor turrets, which do not a lot of shield damage, almost no hull damage, but their disruption damage per second is 1,440. Now, I don't know if that means that's how much damage it allows to leak through or what, but basically when I destroy something, and I'll show you in a minute, when I destroy something with this build, I am actually hitting the hull of the ship through their shields because of these weapons, which is incredibly useful. Now, I didn't have enough room in my initial build to put on 2 point defense turrets, which are far and away the best defense turrets against missiles in the game. They do 42 damage per shot, and they fire 6 shots a second. So let's break out our handy dandy calculator. Thank you, Windows, for giving me a handy dandy calculator. What is 6 times 42? 252. That's how much damage it does to missiles. But again, it's only got a range of 270, so it does need that rapid fire of 10 shots per second. Now, both the Wanderer anti-missile and the Warder anti-missile end up doing the same amount of damage per second, but they do it differently. I'm going to show you that right now. The Warder anti-missile, if we bring that up, and we'll bring up handy dandy Mr. Calculator here, only does 10 anti-missile damage, but it fires 12 shots per second. And for anyone who can do math here, 12 times 10 is 120. Look, which is half as much damage, but the range, you get another 100 range things. I'd say kilometers or meters, but I have no idea what it just gives us a number here in range. So I don't know what they actually want to pretend this is. I'll just call it units, 350 units of range. So it's a longer range weapon, so it lets you hit the missiles earlier. That's what I like about the Warder anti-missile, that you pillage, or you can eventually buy, but you pillage from the Korath. If you want to see the actual Warder, I have some on my Solifuges, which are down this way quite a ways. Getting through 2,000 of these box wings is not easy. Oh, I'm going to get the Koppel Tunnel. I hope I don't. And the Deep Rivers, which have very little defense, but what I like about the Deep Rivers is they carry 1,000 tons of cargo. So I'll show you that, and I'll show you how that applies in a minute. So my Solifuges here, some of them have warders, some of them have... Where is it? Come on, boy. Come on. Here, little... No? Wow. Weird. Maybe they're on here. Nope. Where did I have one of those things? I could have sworn I had one of those things. Huh. Nope. Oh, one of the reasons I love these ships. Outfit space free. 1,114 outfit space. This is far and away of all the capturable ships, and they're not easy to capture. You'll eventually see that in part of it if we get to that part when I do the new run through. Ridiculous amount of outfit space. They cost me nothing to run. And yeah, these things have 8 turret mounts. I'm running 3 husk slicers, 3 shield disruptors, and 2 Warder anti-missiles. On top of that, and I'm running it all off of 1 White Sun reactor. I didn't even upgrade to the Blue Sun. I don't need it. I don't use any forward-facing weapons on this ship, though I have room for 4. What I do have is 6 Dark Storm shieldings. 6 of them. Now, what I don't like about this ship is it only allows... Oh, I also installed... Where is it? I did 4 outfit expansions so I could fit... These things are just crazy damage, and they can soak up damage. I can let them run on their own. I have both a large systems core and a medium systems core. You'll see what I'm talking about in the medium systems core. Energy capacity. So that's battery space. It's only 53 outfit space. So I've got 5,000 energy, 5,200 energy capacity. It does heat up the hull a bit, but it gives me 24 hull repair rate, which is enough for my ships to slink off to, away from the solar system and heal. 276 shield energy, so it adds to the amount of shield energy I have on the ship, and it adds to my shield generation, 186. Not the most efficient. These are amazingly efficient. So shield generation 210. I'm already taking up less outfit space, and it gives me 420 shield energy. This only gives me 276 and 186. I like to have one of these and two of these on my Bactrians, on these, whatever, Carrack or Vought, whatever. I have 2 fuel processors, so I like to be able to do 4 jumps, and it's 200 fuel per jump with a jump drive. So I make sure all my ships have at least 800 fuel capacity, and I do it with fuel processors because they give me 200 fuel capacity and a ram scoop value of 2. Ram scoops allow you to charge up your fuel for hyperspace or jump drive jumps. Yeah, Quantum Keystone, which allows me to travel through the red warps. Cooling module. I'm sorry, wormholes, red wormholes. Cooling module. These things are mass to active cooling because cash doesn't really matter eventually. Eventually in this game, it's just going to flow. I have 155 billion credits. I have nothing to spend it on. Don't think I don't keep building off of that, mind you, because I do. If I just kept playing this and I don't have anything left to do in this build yet until they put out new storylines, which is fine. I mean, this is free development. It's a free-to-play game. I'm not complaining here. I'm saying I've just beaten the game. Or I find some of the storylines or figure out how to get through some of the storylines that I haven't finished yet. It's very sandboxy. But the active cooling is 1260. There is no better single cooling unit and I figure everything out as whatever it is I want per outfit space. Okay? Not per cost, because cost eventually won't matter. Very quickly it won't matter. Yeah. And then you've got your energy use too, but I'm not worried about that. I have a White Sun reactor. 1 jump drive. I even have on these things 3 Wanderer ram scoops. I cannot run out of fuel with this thing, which is pretty awesome. Yeah, love this ship. Look at the engines. So high engines are the most efficient engines in the game. They are not the fastest. Technically, the atomic engines are faster. But if you want thrust per outfit space, these are the best in the game. If you're just looking for pure thrust, it's atomic engines in the deep, which is human space. Technically part of the Republic. And these are all my licenses I've got. And I'm going to give all this up and start a new run. Oh, I wanted to show you what my standard Bactrian, it's going to look a lot like this. So what I ended up putting on these guys, this is hilarious, is doobie-doobie-doo, they have skipper railguns. This is something you unlock later in the game, but what I love about these things is outfit space. 4. So these guys can have up to 6 forward-facing weapons. I have 6 skipper railguns. They were built for the drones that the good high eventually build. So you can buy these. They're easy to get. They're cheap. 20,000 a piece to buy brand new, 7,000 used. And they have a railgun slug capacity of 1,000. I add in 8 skipper slug racks so I can slot in 10,000 rounds. And when you actually look at what this thing does, this is brilliant. It has an ion damage per second. Ion damage, as we all know from playing this game, actually shuts down ships' systems. So they don't do a ton of damage. They do very little damage. But their range is 2,100. Almost nothing has a range that big. Just missiles and self-tracking stuff. So when I turn on use secondary weapons, which is the U key on your keyboard, when I turn that on, um, my 700 of these things just shut everything down in the system. It is ridiculous. I'll show you before I start the new game. Or maybe this will just be a video about my current fleet. I have 2 fuel processors installed on these because high ships, to get to 800, I needed 2 of them. I think it was 500 they started with. And to get to 800 so I can do 4 jumps, I needed 2 fuel processors, which wasn't bad. 2 Darkstorm shields, 1 systems core, 1 cooling module, 1 jump drive, running it all off of a red sun reactor, because I didn't need a white sun reactor for these guys. And again, high engines, but I cared a lot more with when you are making cargo ships like this, freighters, and this is basically a freighter. This is the Wanderer freighter. It's, in my opinion, the best freighter in the game. Though I do love the Behemoth. Sorry. What you're interested in for freighters is a lot more turning energy than thrust energy. So I only have a small, high thruster here. You'll notice it's only got a mass of 28. It only puts out 90,000 thrust, which is not a lot, which is actually quite a bit compared to, say, this ion thruster here, which is 16, so it's half the size, putting out a third as much. So you would need 3 of these to do what this one does. Yeah, outfit, I'm telling you, man. Outfit space to engine power, nothing outdoes the high for efficiency there. Well, maybe the Korg, but I don't hunt Korg. But I bought a size 50 mil 49 size mass with 102,000 turning space. So if I go to, and remember this is the starting world, so this is not the best stuff, but I go to the higher turning engine, which takes up 20 mass for human ion steering. It's only 22 for turn. The reason why you want so much turning space on your freighters is your turning speed determines how quickly you get into hyperspace. So slowing down is important, but the faster your ship can whip around, the faster it can get into a jump, either into hyperspace or with a jump drive. So on your freighters, you want a very high turning rate. All right, I'm going to swing up here a little bit more. Take a quick look at what I did with this carrier. Ooh, I have a Wanderer ram scoop and a fuel processor. Carriers have a wonderful amount of outfit space, if I can get down to it. Yeah, 880 outfit space. Only 4 turret mounts, so that's why I don't really love carriers. They're nice, but I don't really love them. But you can get 6 drones and 4 fighters. I don't use drones or fighters for combat. You just don't need them in this game. And 210 engine capacity. So if you look at their engines, notice what I did here. I not only took the 2 biggest high engines, one for thrust and one for, this is steering, this is thrust. I also threw in an extra thrust. Now, if I had known about it at the time, and it's something you have to unlock, but the Remnant Afterburner is insanely good. I have them on the Wanderer build here. Here it is, the Bellows class Afterburner. Now it uses more hyperspace fuel than other afterburners to turn hyperspace fuel into thrust, but it's only 7 outfit space. 7 outfit space. That's nothing. And you get afterburner thrust of 450,000 extra thrust. I've got 2 of them on these things. My Hurricanes just zoom in and hit whatever. I should put a couple on this carrier, but I'm done with this build for now. Oh well. Zoopity boo, zoopity boo, zoopity boopity boopity boo. And 2,000 of the, I'll show you the boxwing too. So I didn't do much with the boxwing because it's really just, the advantage of the boxwing is it gives you 90, with the build I have, it gives you 95 cargo space per boxwing. And I have 2,000 boxwing. Let's bring up Mr. Handy Dandy. That's not a calculator. Mr. Handy Dandy calculator. Clear. 95 times 2,000. That's an extra 190,000 cargo space. And I could have done more. I have 21, I have room for 2,100 box wings just on my Bactrians. So, yeah, that's a lot of cargo space. That's a lot of cargo space. Um, what I did is I did a cargo expansion, which gives me an extra 20 cargo space. I'm sorry, gives me an extra 15 cargo space in exchange for 20 outfit space. Generally, I don't recommend that, but this is literally just to add cargo to my Bactrians, which I don't do until end game when I'm, you know, have the money to use on it. So these are the tiny thrust engines from the Coalition I was telling you about. They had an engine that had, it was a single engine that does both thrust and turning from humans that was originally on here. I got rid of that because it took up 20. And then I took the small thrust module, which is 9, plus the small steering module, which is 7, which reduces considerably both my thrust and my steering, or noticeably anyway. But I don't really care because I never use these things for anything but storage. And then I went ahead and added, that gave me just enough room to add in a cargo expansion, which brought them from 80, which is what they start at for cargo space, to 95 cargo space, which is amazing. Yeah, I've just from these things, I've got almost 200,000 extra cargo room. So that's a lot of tonnage right there. And now we're at my Bactrians. My beloved Bactrians, the backbone of my fleet. So, again, it's like my build for my main ship. My main ship's a different build, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Same weapon layout, 2 husks, 2 shield disruptors, 1 point defense, 1 anti-warder. Doobie doobie doobie. 1 cooling module from the Coalition, 2 Darkstorm shields from the Wanderers, 2 fuel processors. I'm sorry, 1 fuel processor from the Korath, 1 medium core from the Korath, 1 high quantum keystone, 1 jump drive stolen from the Korath, and 1 high octopus jammer I took from the high unfettered. Frankly, this thing doesn't do anything for me. I thought it was be cool to have on there. I think it looks cool, but yeah, the anti-warder missile and the point defense turret just take care of all the missiles that are tracking me, so this helps stop trackers, but doesn't really do much. 1 White Sun reactor and the 2 biggest high engines. That's it. Let me show you what else I got on my main ship. As I zip, 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 zip all the way up here. And I really ought to sell these as well, but meh, whatever. So, same loadout. I don't do any forward-facing weapons. I use turrets. These things turn, even with the best engines in them, the fully loaded cargo bay, they turn like, turtles, which is fine. Same basic loadout here. You'll notice I got rid of the octopus, the high octopus thing. This thing, the octopus jammer, which is the best jammer in the game. It's incredibly useful if you need jamming technology to stop missiles from hitting you. But I got rid of that because I didn't need it. So, again, 1 fuel processor, 2 shields, 1 medium core, the quantum keystone, the jump drive. Yay, yay, yay. So I also have an outfit scanner, which I use for a variety of missions, and a research laboratory, which eventually will unlock through the Coalition, not the Coalition, through the Remnant storylines. These things are fantastic for scanning. So, you need 6 outfit space, which is not much. That's where the octopus, high octopus thing is like 8. It adds a crew member to your costs, your daily costs. So you may not want to you only really want scanners on your main ship anyway. Nothing else is going to scan for you. Asteroid, that I know of anyway, unless somebody in the comments knows better, let me know. Asteroid scan power, so you're scanning asteroids. You can do atmospheric scans, which you don't really need except for a couple of storylines. Cargo scans, which are nice to be able to do. So between the research lab and the outfit scanner, I can scan almost everything. And I don't have any room left on this ship. I think I have like one outfit spot free. So unless I want to throw in an outfit expansion, which I really don't want to do because I want my cargo space, this is a nice combo setup here. So, and outfit scanners, again, this is, I don't need them in the way I play. I need them for quests. That's a billion credits. You start off with negative credits because you start off in debt. I'm not going to save this, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like when I pop out, because I get attacked, because I'll show you this too. Cargo, untold riches. So my piracy threat is 100%. Whenever I go in a human world, except for the Remnant, whenever I go in a human world, I get attacked by pirates. Every single time, which is kind of what I was going for with my build, because I want to be attacked by pirates so I can steal the pirate ships and make a lot of money stealing pirate ships. And I have over 12 days of game time played on this. But my fleet is unassailable. I have a rank of 14 legendary foe. I am slowly getting up to rank 15. If I just want to rank 15, I'd go to the Korath worlds and just destroy them for a while. When I go to the Korath worlds, I park the, what do you call them? The deep rivers. I don't bring my cargo ships with me. So, watch this. It's enough talking. Let's see an actual, and then I've got over 1 million before I jump out and do the demonstration. I have over 1 million tons of cargo space, so, of tonnage. So if we jump over to the job board and I decide to go, I don't know, let's go here. Let's see what this can do for me. So I can do whatever the mission is, take workers there. I have tons of I have tons of passenger space. Bactrians are amazing ships. So if I take this, 200, if I do a full load of medical, $277 dollars profit per, or credits, or whatever it's called, whatever they want to call currency in this game. I'll get 277 profit per ton, and I have 1,300,000 tons. So let's do this. Let's buy all. It's also a cool feature. So when you're clicked there, if you click down here on medical, you go to done here and you go up to trading, which we're already at, then medical will already be highlighted when you highlight it in the job board, which I think is awesome. Nothing in the spaceport for me to do. So you guys are going to see exactly how devastating my current fleet setup is. Are you ready? You excited? Here we go. I don't do anything. Now, if I wanted to, see, it's already showing me asteroids because of the laboratory, science lab. So I could destroy these asteroids and do some asteroid farming. I could hit B and automatically go on to the ship and try and board the ship. And I could capture all of these ships. I have tons of anti-crew weaponry. My attack, I only have a crew of 75. I didn't boost up with extra guys. And my attack is still 330 because of the amazing weapons I have. Or I could just take all of this and put it in my hold, except I have no cargo space free because it's full of the other stuff. And the reason why I do that, I'm going to show you now. So you hit the U button. Your escorts will now expend ammo always, okay? So now all of my deep rivers are going to fire, and I also have those railguns on my hurricanes. So I'm going to hold down the jump key so we all jump together, and I'm waiting for everybody to, you wait for everything to go white over here. So double check, that's white. That's white. I'm going to release, and we're going to land in the new area because it's only one jump away in a giant circle. But once we actually come into real space, watch what happens. Yeah. Those railguns are pretty amazing. Alright, I'm going to turn those back off. because I don't need them. You saw what I could do with the other ships. I just don't need the railguns. They're nice, and they eliminate things very quickly. And everything, that's the other reason. That's part of my build, is I'm looking to keep the ships intact. I do not want ships blowing up because of what my fleet is doing. I want those ships intact so I can go and board them. If I want to destroy an individual ship, I just click on it or cycle through my targeting system, and I hit the all ships attack key. And look, even with the rail guns, if you look over here, up on the corner over here, my enemies, the pirates that attacked me, still are not only alive, they still have some shields left because of the way I do my my shield disruptors. So that's pretty awesome. So I'm going to hit the B key, so I start going back towards this thing, but I want this ship destroyed, so you guys see how easy it is for me to destroy a ship if I want to. So I hit the F key, focus fire on it, and boom, it is gone. Now, if we click on this, you'll see, look at all that shield that's left. I don't have to take out the shields before I take out the ship with shield disruptors. I'll be doing some damage to them, and especially when the railguns are turned on, so I'm going to, but I don't have to. And that allows me to pirate more ships, which is what my build is built around. It's how I made a good deal of my fortune. It's definitely how I made my first billion. And my first million was asteroid hunting, and you start with asteroid hunting and you go into piracy. Well, not piracy, taking out pirates and then plundering them. So we've come to this planet, trading. I'm going to sell off everything, check the spaceport, nothing in the spaceport. And since I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to show you down here in the text block how much money I just made by selling that instead of doing the math with Mr. Calculator. Boom. You sold 1,364,599 tons of cargo for a total profit of 377 million credits. Okay, that didn't actually change my billion count, but it will. Three runs of that of 200 plus 277. 3 runs is another billion. 4 runs for at 100 will, or 4 or 5 runs, and I usually have another billion. If I get good deals like I just did for going to New Holland here, then I'm making a ton of money in cargo because of the ridiculous amount of cargo I can carry. That's why I'm not bothering to plunder these ships, but it's also the build I want to plunder these ships. So I'm done with this build for now. And that's not what I wanted to do this recording about, but I'm going to end this recording. I don't know how long it's gone. I'm going to end this. No, that's not what I wanted. That is what I wanted. So, I don't know how long this recording has gone. I do now, actually. 43 minutes. That's way too long. So we're going to stop this recording, and I'm going to go back in. I'm going to do a new recording doing the new playthrough. All right. Thanks for trucking along with me, you Blam Blam truckers. This is Bees. Have a great day.